Hey everybody, it's The Shape, and this is the following up video, Exploring with Bear, a deeper dive. Woohoo! I took a lot of your guys' comments, and like I do with all follow-up videos, you guys made some really good points, and I wanted to mention them in a video. And in the comment section of that video, people were talking about something that had happened to Beardo, copyright strikes, and I'll say what I got to say at the end of this video about that, because I'm going to address the comments on that, so stay tuned. Now, without further ado, let's go exploring with the bear again. And like I say in every video, every other video, there should never be anyone going to any channel that I feature in a video and just being outright hateful or mean. That's not what this is about, obviously. I don't say it all the time because I don't feel I should have to, but sometimes you gotta, be respectful. Be honest, though. If you say, hey, you stage, or you're misidentifying things here, that's fine. Just don't get ugly. There's no need for it. That goes for anybody I ever feature in a channel. But I just want to get that out there. Be respectful, but also be honest. And if you're honest, sometimes being honest ain't pretty, but it's honesty. So, just want to clear that up a little bit. Now, let's start with Rose Red's comment.
Rose Red writes, 2323, there is a road right there to the left. You can see the traffic driving by. Lake lights, car lights, trains. Are you really in the middle of nowhere?
That's a great point, Rose Red. And it's definitely worth thinking about. I mean, what are people's, when they say, I'm in the middle of nowhere, what exactly do they mean by that? Are you in a state park? Are you like 500 miles from any civilization whatsoever, even a railroad track? Or, are you next to the freeway? But we'll go a little deeper when I get to another comment on what I mean by that. Well, let's see what Cruz has to say.
Cruz writes, there's a pattern to it somehow. Every explorer whose channel doesn't go as well as expected switches to paranormal, Urbex Seal, Exploring with Josh, etc. Pretty lame and lazy attitude. Put more effort into your exploring stuff and don't water down the paranormal world. There are certainly enough fakers. Great videos always, Shapey. Thank you very much.
We'll say a gruesome term, Trum. I think I got that right. If I didn't, just let me have it below in the comments. Every channel, and I've been saying this for going on 7 years at Debunking, December, they'll start off, even Omar started off with pranks and all that. Then he went to these abandoned places. Then he said, paranormal gets more views. So he started doing the paranormal stuff. And then he got stuck with it and didn't like being stuck with it. And that goes for a lot of other channels. The exception being Exploring with Josh. But he did go into the paranormal too. But he was doing fine in views without it regardless. So kind of an exception, but not really, I guess. But yeah, they've been doing that for years. They can't get a good enough push by going to these abandoned locations. So they throw ghosts, psychopaths, and cryptids, whatever, into the video because that brings a big subset of people to the channel, because who doesn't like paranormal?
Rose Red writes, 3320, sounds like a lighter or something to make a spark for a fire. Yep. Jethro writes, 3340-ish is a Zippo lighter being opened and closed.
So, Rose Red and Jethro both said that this particular sound sounds like a Zippo lighter, where you flip the lid up, that sound that it makes. But I'll let you guys be the judge. But after somebody says that and you hear it, you kind of go, oh, yeah, that does kind of sound like that's what that is. But I'll let you be the judge. I'll play the sounds and tell me, does that sound like a Zippo lighter?
Ken Fitzgerald writes, now, would a Bigfoot understand I'm armed and run away? Don't think so. It could have been Slender Man. Ken, that is a very good point that you just put out there.
Hello. I'm armed.
That really, really is a valid point, even more than you think, if you actually think about it. See, Bigfoot, if Bigfoot exists, they have their own language. If they walk up to a tent and somebody says, "Who's out there? I got a gun." The Bigfoot, if they can't see in the tent to see that you have a gun, they're only going to hear the words coming out of your mouth. And what they're going to hear is what you hear when you hear the whoops from Bigfoot. You see how that works? Bigfoot's not going to understand that. Now, if you jump out of the tent with a 357 Magnum, yeah, Bigfoot might take the hint then. But yeah. Oh, we got a comment from our very own lovely Polly Hunt.
Polly Hunt writes, "Oh my God, you dressed as Bigfoot with your mask on. I was eating when that part came up. This guy is seriously bad, and yeah, I think it was a twig in the tent he snapped. Thanks for the amazing animations and pointing out the idiot in the tent. Happy Thanksgiving, my friend, to you and your family. Much love as always." Much love, Polly.
Well, Polly, you know I like to poke fun at myself. Yeah, I was dressed up like was that a werewolf or a Bigfoot? I think it's a werewolf. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun little animation. You know, like I said, I like to poke fun at you can't take this stuff too serious. You just can't do it, Pauls. Oh, lovely days, lovely times. I love those I love those kind of animations. I don't care if people don't like them or hate them. They're fun. Next comment.
The Hike Chose Me writes, "These guys put out the most laziest content, like literally in a very busy, very public area. You can hear trains, you can hear planes, you can hear cars, LOL. Like, bruh, you ain't the woods. You in your grand's back garden, LOL." Yep, this looks like the middle of nowhere to me. I mean, my audience is definitely going to be dumb enough to fall for this one. I mean, there's a few trees here, so this might work. Alright guys, hit that like button and hit that hype button and hit all the other notifications as well. We're out in the middle of nowhere. I'm in the middle of the Amazon rainforest. Ooh, yeah.
It is something to think about. The Hike Chose Me. I'm glad you brought it up, just like Rose Red did earlier in the video about they're supposedly out in the middle of nowhere, but all this traffic and trains and lights at a lake and all that stuff, but yet we're just far away from everybody. We're in the middle of the Dead Sea, the Sahara Desert. It's nonsense. It really, really just absurdity on a good day. Hope you like my animation I made for it. Next comment.
Candy writes, "These people that do camping in supposed haunted forests are probably just in their backyards, LOL. Awesome video shape, lots of lugs, hugs to you. Much love, Candy." And here is Candy spitting absolute facts. Tyler Callis writes, "Head lice." Yeah.
Tyler, as far as I can see, you're the only one that said anything about that little voice overlay that I made. I thought it was pretty funny. I mean, can't speak for everybody else, but hey, you saw it. Head lice, that's crazy. Good times, good times. Now, let's see what Bob has to say.
Bob writes, "Well, in terms of bears, black, fight back, brown, get down, and white, good night."
Now, in case you don't understand what Bob here is saying, that's something that a bear safety type deal. That if you come across a black bear, scare it. Like, be bigger than it. Intimidate it. And that's what you're supposed to do if it's approaching you. Now, when we're talking about like a grizzly or a brown bear, don't try to intimidate one of those. They will slap your head off your shoulders. Literally. Best thing to do if you don't have bear mace and all that stuff, lay down in a fetal position, put your hands over the back of your neck, and hope that the bear just gets bored. I mean, that's why they say if it's brown, lay down. But if it's white, good night. What does that mean? Polar bears. Polar bears, where the food is a bit more scarce and it's cold, you lay down and hold the back of your neck. There might be a slight chance that it works. I shouldn't be laughing. But more than likely, the polar bear is just going to be happy that he doesn't have to chase you down. So, my mule is staying still. And that rhymed. Next comment.
Wayne writes, how many trains pass the state park that he's in? Wayne, that's a very good question. Wayne, I heard trains throughout the whole video. Now let's check on Raccoon Anonymous. Raccoon Anonymous writes, while he was filming himself about to go to sleep, it's quite a coincidence that a spooky noise happened at that exact moment. He even had the light on. Seems like it would have made it harder to go to sleep. Very true. Also, if he's really scared, I would think he would stop with the Blue's Clues style audience engagement. What was that? Did you hear that? I wonder what that was. Let's go play Ghost Clues. Let's go play Ghost Clues. Let's go play Ghost Clues because we're really
Raccoon Anonymous spitting facts, boys. It does remind you of Blue's Clues in a way. When you mentioned that, it really got me thinking. I was like, it really does. You know, when Steve from Blue's Clues is, running around the little green screen animated background, he's talking to his kid audience, which involving them as well, which he does. It's like he's talking to the TV screen at them. That's including them. That's why the show, one of the reasons the show's a pretty big success. YouTubers do that as well. They sure do. And they dumb it down so bad that it's an insult, because more than likely, not all the time, but more than likely it's a grown-up watching your videos. So, Omar, there's no need to pull out your notepad and draw in crayon. We know because we're not freaking idiots. Oh, good times. Next comment.
Tiger Key writes, 4:51 in the morning, can't sleep, figured let's watch some YouTube to pass out with. Sitting here wide awake, laughing my ass off instead. Thank you, Shape. Tiger, you're welcome.
I appreciate you, Tiger. It's nice to know that my goofy, immature comedy actually lands. Because at the end of the day, I'm here to educate, but I also want to entertain. I want to crack people up. I want to do things that's unexpected, where people go, I did not see that coming. So Tiger, I really do appreciate that. That means a lot to me. And actually, I got a lot of comments on this video of people that just flat out had a good time laughing. Not this video, but the last video on Bear. But yeah, that really does. That means a lot to me. So, thank you. Now, our next comment is from a long time sub.
Dutch Browning writes, hey Shape, I used to hunt deer and other game, and the one thing that would drive animals away is walking on dry leaves, not to mention a light as bright as the sun. This guy knows nothing about the woods. Also, anyone that says fan is a fake and a scammer. Thanks, Shape. Nice tree, and keep them coming.
DB, you know me well, and you know I cannot stand it when somebody calls somebody fans. Omar ruined that for me. I know a lot of people don't mean anything by calling people fans, but it just like I don't like the word fan. I don't like the word fan because I think it demeans people that support you, like they're fanatics. No, they're supporters. Without them, you're nothing. So I appreciate you bringing that up, DB. Oh, my background. I added something a little extra. So take a look. Is it not beautiful? Now, let's see what XO has to say.
XO says, I like what you said about the cameras. The most important object about all the ghost hunt channels minus Ghost Hunt Adventures, you never see their second camera setup.
XO spitting facts. See, I never understood that. If you want outside shots of your tent while you're inside, and you want to sync the timing up with them, that way while you're talking on the inside, you could show what's happening on the outside, that's fine. But Bear doesn't do it that way. He takes the camera that he carries around, he walks out and puts it on a tripod, and he goes back in his tent, of course, to get the B-roll. I mean, I understand that he wants more production into it, and I respect that, don't get me wrong. It does add a layer to the video to make it a little bit more interesting. but it also subtracts from the video when you overlay what you're saying on the inside of the tent with the camera outside the tent, because those two things can't happen at the same time, but you're manipulating the audio to make it look like it's happening at the same time. Yeah, reckon I got that pretty good. Now let's go to our next comment from, I think, Loretta.
Loretta Jacobs writes, I've never laughed so much at your video. Bam! Loretta, that's why I make these videos. I appreciate you. Now let's check on Shishi. Sheila writes, he sure is close to a road, so not way out in the forest. Brr! And I've always said, why you knocking and whooping back at a Bigfoot when you don't know what you are actually communicating? You may be asking for a life-changing encounter, for sure.
Well, Sheila absolutely spit bars. See, and that applies to anything, not just a Bigfoot or a cryptid if they're real. Whatever. If something doesn't speak your language, like if I go to another country that don't speak my language, and I walk up and I got their language in a book and I'm trying to learn it. I walk up to, let's just say, 5 gang members, and I'm sitting here saying all kinds of this stuff, and I'm really asking just for directions. But what they hear is me saying, all of you guys absolutely suck. What's going to happen in that particular encounter? That's no different than Bigfoot. No, there was that guy that said he got kidnapped by Bigfoot. They carried him off in his sleeping bag in the early 1900s. I don't think it really happened, but if it did, ooh, oh boy. That's all I'm saying about that. Now, this is part of the video where I'm going to get a bit serious. Over this whole Beardo Get Scared situation. I'll link Beardo down below. But I got a couple of comments, and I'm going to play you the comments. And then I'm going to tell you what I know and put my thoughts in on it. So here's the comments. Appreciate you guys telling me.
Lisa Beaning writes, we need to help Beardo. GCP got their feelings hurt, and I don't understand how YouTube allows the misuse of the copyright strike policy. I know he can fight this and actually win once they see the evidence, but they are coming for all debunkers. Deanna writes, hey Shape, they are taking Beardo's channel down. He said to inform all the debunkers so they can see what is being done to him. If they get away with it, they may come for all the other debunkers. Post-editor Shape here. Got some good news. Beardo's channel had all 3 strikes removed by YouTube. I don't think the people that, I don't know for sure if the people that struck him dropped the strike or YouTube just sided with Beardo. I'm not sure. But he doesn't have any of the 3 strikes anymore, and I'm glad. Now, the reason I removed the video, the short video I had, asking them to drop the strike on Beardo is because it ain't helping. He got his 3 strikes removed, so there's no point in the video still being up. It can only cause more harm than good. But yeah, I'm glad it turned out that way. I'm glad Beardo's back. Like I said, I don't agree with everything Beardo says all the time. I'm sure he don't agree with everything I say. But when you get struck, because your feelings are hurt or because you don't like what somebody says, then that sets a bad precedence for everybody just striking everybody. We should always be respectful, but be honest as well. And that's the best thing to do.
Join Debunkers Anonymous on Facebook. I love you. And I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully. Woo! That's a bad joke. Y'all come back now. You hear? Peace.